Claus. He is probably the illegitimate son of Santa Claus. Give it up for Mark Bradley.
Woo! Go, Mark, go!
Hey. Elijah. Awesome night, man. Loving these lap dance offers. I'm getting, what's the fucking word? Old. And kind of weird, and I don't really give a shit about too much anymore. Like, I don't really care if I offend you or alienate you somehow. I'm actually getting into it. It's kind of like cool, you know? When you're younger and weird, and you get a little edgy, and people think, oh, yeah, that guy's kind of different. He's kind of spooky. But now I'm just like grungy and grimy and a little bit disgusting because I'm old, right? And it's fun. It's like, people are like, keep that old guy away from me, right? So I'm having some fun with it. It's entertaining for me to be a little bit nasty and weird and curmudgeon-y. I love that word. And another thing that's kind of gotten strange for me over the years, here recently, is I figured out I'm a multiple personality. Are there any multiple personalities here tonight? Borderline? You and me later. You know what we can do is get on a Zoom call, right? It'll be your face, my face, and about 4 or 5 different square black boxes. Get into like all this different fucking jazz we got cooking. I'm kind of at that stage where I'm like, well, if I've got this different thing going on where it's me, it's another guy who are kind of like the hosts, we got these kids, we've got these little people, really small people. It's different, right? It's like explains so much in my world. And I keep telling people, look, you're probably multiple too, you just don't know it. And I'm not one of these guys who, just because I have something, everybody else has to have it. There's some stuff out there called internal family systems, and they talk about everybody being in parts, and you've all heard of your inner child, right? And I used to think, oh man, these guys are fucking flakes. Why are you talking about your inner children? But turns out these little inner children do hang on and do kind of like wait in the weeds for you over the years, and they do spook you and freak you out at times because, hey, they're just hanging out, sort of half developed, and they need a little bit of attention. They need a little bit of fun too, right? And the nice thing for me lately, what I've been looking at is, okay, for like 40 years, I've been blowing around with this guy who's really only like 15% of who I am. I've been dealing with you on this level of here I am, but there's so much more behind me going on, right? And now I know that there's all this other stuff behind me. There's all this stuff bubbling up from my subconscious coming out. And I like it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like, I feel like I'm blossoming in my later years. And to tell you the truth, I kind of think this is what's happening to the United States of America. Because it's not really the United States of America anymore. You can't really use the word united very much. I think in the last couple of decades, that's out, right? I think what's happening is that this corporate media, mainstream media, CIA mind control, all this shit that's been going on has been putting out an artificial visage of what this region is. I won't even call it a country anymore because I think it's over. I think what's happening is we've got this new understanding that 45 was it, right? This guy invalidated the presidency, which I think is great. I mean, I'm not a Trump fan, but I fucking love the fact that for 40 years people have been looting from the White House, and then Trump came along and said, fuck, I can do it 10 times better than all of you assholes. Right? I think that was awesome. I really think if we're going to look at a new administration being formed here next week, it is the artificial imposter that we've all been expecting. This is the age of fake bullshit. This is a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive and to be witnessing what's happening for America. We have this artificiality now, this complete fakery that I love. I think it's great to be hitting bottom like this at a time when we all need to sort of ask ourselves, what's coming next? Who's going to fill in around all of this fake bullshit? And I'm personally Canadian. But I've been living in the States for over half my life, so I consider myself kind of Canarican, right? And I'm looking at this, and I'm not saying Canada's better. I think in some ways Canada's worse off than the States because we're too fucking polite up there. But I gotta say, it's interesting to me that we're gonna be talking about the 46th President of the United States. And that's just one big long lie. It's gonna be 45B, 45C, 45D from here on out, as long as they want to keep playing the charade that the Constitution is just something to be manipulated by shysters and swindlers. And we elect these people and they come out and they do this little act for us, and I think it's awesome. I think it's fucking great. But I'm wondering now, when will the rest of America's personality come out? This region, this North American continent that we're living on, when is more authenticity gonna happen? And what I really like is, we are hitting bottom. This is the age of fakery, of bullshit. It's just pure garbage that they're laying out for us and smiling and saying, hey, we are your leaders, and they're not. It's gorgeous. Like, I love, love, love the fact that these guys are up there as little emperors with no clothes on. And I think we're all ready for this. I think we're all ready to say, yeah, you guys are shitheads, and we accept that you're playing a game, but the game has to change, right? The world is changing around this garbage, and we're becoming more and more aware and more authentic. And I'm hopeful. I'm excited for America right now. I'm excited that this isn't going to stand for much longer. That this is sort of the dawning of a new age. Love you, Naja.
Oh my God, say it as it is.